Whether we want to admit it or not, the world is a very expensive place, and there are times when you just can't help but look at certain things and think, is it really worth that much? Because while it's fair for everyone to look for a good deal or a discount on items you buy at the store, market, pharmacy, and so on, sometimes it's very much the makers of those items who are overcharging out the wazoo, and then frustrating people to no end. Don't believe us? Allow us to show you 11 products that are cheaply made but sold at ridiculous price. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 11, popcorn. While this may seem like a distant memory given our current world, when you go to the movie theater, you don't often just go to watch a movie, but to snack out on popcorn and have a drink of soda while you're at it. But as you likely remember, the cost of concessions at a theater or a sports venue, if you recall going to those as well, are quite frankly ridiculous, and movie theaters should be ashamed of themselves. We're talking about theaters that charge for popcorn at $5 a bucket or more. And sure, many offer free refills, which is a nice way to mitigate the hate. But it's still unreasonable at times when you're trying to give everyone a piece of the pie, if you will, and you have to pay like $20 for everyone to have a drink and a couple buckets of popcorn to share. And then don't get us started on the cost of candy in the movie theater. Those are ripoffs too. That's why many people sneak in drinks via their pockets or purses so they don't have to spend money outside of tickets. Number 10, prescription drugs. Astronomical prescription drug prices, with markups ranging from 200% to 3,000%, are enough to give patients a headache or even an ulcer, which is bad because then they'll need to buy more medicine just to get them better. Now, while we will be fair and note that there are certain medicines that aren't the easiest to make due to research costs and so on, and potentially needing ingredients to get, that is not always the case. A great example of this is insulin, something that diabetics need to just survive. There are 3 major companies in the United States that make insulin medication, and guess what? They drive the prices through the roof because they know that people have to buy it or else they'll die. And we're not saying that as an anti-big business kind of thing. It is the truth. They even raise the prices higher to further increase profit just so they can boast bigger sales over their competitors, which obviously makes the other companies then raise their costs. You want to see the anger of overpaying for something you absolutely need? Talk to people with diabetes. Number 9, diamonds. Diamonds may be forever and a girl's best friend, but they're a very expensive kind of forever and best friend. Shoppers in the market for a diamond should be prepared to pay anywhere from 50% to 200% more than the wholesale cost, according to TheStreet.com. Now, some of you out there might note, but aren't diamonds hard to find? And aren't they also refined afterwards? Well, yes and no. Yes, the diamonds you find in stores and jewelry places are refined and sometimes even shaped to fit certain molds or even for custom orders. However, there are plenty of places in the world to go and find diamonds. The cost is in getting them, not making them. And since diamond sellers want to make the biggest buck for their beauties, they charge a lot for them. That's why it's advised to go and shop around, and make sure you're not getting swindled while ring shopping. Number 8, bottled water. This is one that many of you out there will happily agree with, because while there is water everywhere, there is at times not a drop to drink. And people can indeed be picky about the water they drink, which is why bottled water is so expensive. There are brands that charge you an incredible amount of money for a 24-pack of water or even just a 12-pack. That is why many will just drink from the tap or use a water filtration system to give their water a better taste, rather than shelling out cash for water they can get more easily somewhere else, like the faucet. Number 7, soda. This is a specific case kind of thing, just so you know. Order a glass of Coke when you're dining out and you will pay a ridiculous amount for what is essentially sugary water. Sure, you know going into a restaurant that you're paying for the service and the ambiance too. But if you're looking to save without sacrificing a night out, skip the extras like soda and opt for water instead. The cans of soda you're getting at the store are much cheaper, and while it's true you won't get refills, some places charge you for that too if you do recall. This also applies to movie theaters, which charge you way more just because they're giving you extra soda. Number 6, wine and champagne. There are some people out there that will state that there is an intrinsic value to a wine or champagne that can't be easily explained, but we'll explain it for you. Some people like certain kinds of wine and are able to pay a buttload of cash for it. It's honestly rather insane at times how much a single bottle of wine can go for when it's highly sought after. Champagne is the same way. Sure, you could argue that retail versions are cheaper, but even then, they're not that cheap. Number 5, coffee. Starbucks, that is all. Oh, okay, you wanted more? Fine. Look with the rise of places like Starbucks. There is a premium on coffee that has led to the price of it shooting up in places like that. You're spending sometimes over $5 for a single cup of coffee, when you can get coffee grind yourself and make it at home for not just cheaper, but for more cups of coffee overall. Does that stop Starbucks from making the bucks? Nope, but it's something to think about when you're wondering if you need your morning fix. Why do people spend all that money on morning coffee? Because they'd rather not make it themselves and will swear by the taste. It's so sad. Number 4, bakery foods. Go to a bakery and you could end up paying a budget-busting markup for items that you can instead easily bake at home. Granted, convenience is a factor, especially for labor-intensive treats, but if you're a big fan of homemade bread, consider spending $50 to $200 on a bread-making machine for your kitchen. You throw in the ingredients, turn it on, and walk away until it tells you it's ready. It's a relatively small investment to put a wide array of fresh baked breads at your fingertips. It won't be for everyone, but if you're looking to save money long term, this is absolutely what you need to do. Number 3, greeting cards. When it comes to special occasions, having a card that says thank you or I love you or happy birthday is paramount to convey emotions and feelings toward one another. But have you seen the prices on some of those cards? Yeah, they're ridiculous, and for all of the wrong reasons. Now yes, there are some caveats to this card with a lot of decorations, or ones that fold out into something, or of course there's also the music cards. But if you look at basic cards that just have a simple design and message in them, they're not worth the $3 or $5 that you're being charged. You could literally go onto a computer, design a card yourself, and only have it cost you a small amount of ink and a single sheet of paper. Number 2, flowers. Flowers are another key thing to have at special occasions to show love and affection. It'll also cost you a lot in the process. An orchid can cost up to $25 per stem. Add a holiday like Valentine's Day or a wedding into the mix and prices can surge. While disregarding flower purchases altogether isn't always an option, shopping around for the best price is. Check out online retailers and buy in season to help cut costs, especially when it comes to the big name flower brands who will charge you out the nose but not always deliver the quality that you want. Number 1, cosmetics. Many of you out there no doubt are nodding your heads at this, because makeup and various other cosmetics that people get to touch up themselves are easily some of the most overpriced things out there. Think about how much you're getting for the price that you're paying. It is not proportional at all. And this says nothing of celebrity brands, which are then upped in price even more because of the star value. Always look for things on sale, or even ask yourself, do I really need this? You might be surprised by the answer. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the items in the world that are more or less cheaply made and then sold for ridiculous prices because of everything corporate and greedy? How many of these items do you personally buy on a somewhat regular basis? Are you mad at how expensive these items can get at times? Do you know of any other items that are way too expensive despite their cheap production costs? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.